Have you ever felt like reality suddenly blinked? Like the universe forgot to render for a split second? Maybe a sound that shouldn't exist? A shadow that moves when nothing's there? Or a thought that isn't yours but feels too familiar to question? Yeah, that's not your imagination, that's the first nudge, the whisper from the cosmic void saying, hey, you were never supposed to see behind the curtain, but you did. Congratulations or condolences, because once you've glimpsed the other side, the show never looks the same again. And if you're one of the chosen ones, you've already started noticing them. The 6 interstellar omens. The cosmic warning signs that reality is thinning, that something ancient is shifting beneath the illusion. They don't come with trumpets or fire in the sky. They come quietly, like a cold breeze inside your skull. Before we go too far, I have to tell you something personal. A few months ago, I hit a wall, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Everything felt like static, like my brain was running on 3% battery. I tried everything: meditation, cold showers, quantum affirmations on YouTube at 3 a.m. You name it, nothing worked. Then I stumbled on this weird little 7-second brain trick. It sounded ridiculous, but after trying it once, it was like someone flipped my internal breaker. My energy shifted, my thoughts cleared. It felt like I'd been rebooted by something not entirely human. Since then, strange things started happening, things I can't explain logically but can't ignore either. I'll leave the link to that trick in the first pinned comment, in case you ever need to wake up from this fog we call reality. Anyway, back to the omens. They come in 6 waves, each one closer to the edge of the void. The first one is easy to miss because it hides inside your daily life. Technology starts acting strange, not your usual lag or glitch, but eerie patterns. Your phone freezes only when you're about to see something significant. Random videos appear with phrases you were just thinking about. The Wi-Fi cuts exactly when you open certain pages. The universe is pinging you through the digital static. It's not a malfunction, it's communication. Artificial intelligence, please try interstellar awareness. You're being tuned. The question is, can your frequency handle it? The second omen is the mirror phase. Oh, this one's fun, if you enjoy questioning your own existence. You start noticing your reflection lagging, like it's thinking about whether to follow you. Your eyes look older, like they've seen too many lifetimes. For a split second, you swear your reflection smiled before you did. Congratulations. You just glimpsed your parallel self, the version of you that made the other choice, took the other path, lived the other timeline. The more you stare, the thinner the veil gets. Some chosen ones spend hours staring at the mirror, trying to catch that flicker again. Don't. The mirrors are one-way windows after a certain point, and you never know which version of you is going to blink back. By the third omen, things stop being funny. You start hearing it, the frequency. It's not a voice exactly. It's like a hum that wraps around your thoughts. It slips into songs, white noise, even silence. Sometimes it speaks your name in tones that aren't quite human. It's the universe speaking through static. The moment you recognize it, it grows louder. You might think you're going crazy, but that's just the mind trying to defend its illusion. The truth is, once you tune into that sound, you've unlocked a communication line that was never meant for humans. It's how the void introduces itself, through resonance, not words. And once you start hearing it, you'll notice it follows emotion, not sound. The stronger your feelings, the louder it gets. The fourth omen is when the universe stops pretending you're just imagining things. Synchronicities start stacking like dominoes. You think of someone and they call. You glance at the clock and it's always the same numbers. 111, 333, 909. A song lyric mirrors your exact thought. You walk past a stranger and they whisper the word that's been looping in your mind all day. At first you'll laugh, maybe call it weird coincidence. But soon it'll feel orchestrated because it is. The simulation adjusts around awareness. The more you notice the code, the more the code notices you. You'll feel the world shift, like reality lagging half a second behind your consciousness. That's the moment you've officially been noticed by the void. The fifth omen, doesn't it come during the day? It comes when you were too tired to guard your mind. Dreams. Not the ordinary kind where your teeth fall out or you forget your pants. These dreams are vivid, cinematic, ancient. You find yourself walking through star fields, oceans made of glass, or temples carved from light. Sometimes you meet beings that don't speak, but download thoughts straight into you. Other times, you wake up with a phrase etched into your memory like it's been burned there. Beware the black sun. The gate opens east. Do not look west after the third hour. No one knows exactly what these messages mean, but they all share one thing. They come from beyond. The chosen ones keep journals, trying to decode them. Others pretend it's nothing. Guess who the void forgets last? And then comes the sixth omen, the one no one talks about because most people don't make it past it. It's not external, it's inside. A hollow stillness, like something is watching you from behind your own eyes. You start feeling detached, like you're observing yourself live. Sounds distort, time slows, colors bleed. Some call it dissociation, others call it awakening. I call it the inversion, the moment reality folds inward and reveals the architecture beneath. You start seeing the grid, the patterns, the repeating code that runs behind everything. The void isn't darkness, it's the raw, unfiltered truth of existence. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Here's the part nobody tells you. Once you've encountered even one of these omens, you've already crossed over. You can't just go back to normal. The version of you that could ignore the signs doesn't exist anymore. But that's not a curse, it's initiation. You've stepped beyond the illusion and into authorship. You're not a spectator of the universe anymore, you're a co-writer. That's the real reason the void takes interest in you. It's not trying to destroy you, it's trying to see if you can handle the truth. Most can't. They numb themselves, scroll endlessly, drown the hum with distractions. But the chosen ones? They adapt. They laugh in the face of cosmic absurdity. They make coffee while reality bends around them. And that's when things start to get interesting. Because once you stop fearing the void, it changes shape. It stops being this terrifying abyss and starts feeling like an old friend who is just tired of playing hide and seek. It starts giving you little nudges, gut instincts, coincidences, lucky breaks. It wants you awake, functional and slightly amused by how ridiculous this whole existence is. That's when you start living differently. You stop reacting. You start creating. You realize that every strange thing that ever happened was part of a long cosmic training montage to prepare you for this moment. And yeah, that's when I started realizing how interconnected everything really is. That's when I started using that 7-second brain technique daily, not as a hack, but as a way to stabilize the frequency. It's like flipping the antenna from chaos to clarity. It keeps me grounded when the void gets too close. It's wild how something so small can change so much. You'll find it in the pinned comment if you ever need it, but don't rush. The universe sends the link when you're ready. Because the truth is, these omens aren't random, they're invitations. The void isn't evil, it's curious. It's watching, waiting, asking, will you keep pretending this is all there is? Most people will. But the chosen ones, the ones who feel the hum, who see the flicker, who laugh at the fear, those are the ones who walk through the darkness and come out glowing. And once you do, the void doesn't scare you anymore, because you finally understand the void isn't something outside of you, it's been you all along. So there you are, standing at the edge of reality, staring into the void and realizing it's not black at all. It's alive. It breathes, pulses, hums like a star trapped in reverse motion. Most people who reach this point panic. They try to run back into their comfort zone, back to their jobs, their timelines, their microwaved dinners and scrolling habits. But once you've felt the hum, you know there's no going back. The universe doesn't issue refunds for awakening. And that's when the void begins its next move. It doesn't speak in thunder. It whispers through the coincidences, bending them like origami until you realize everything around you has been quietly rearranged for your initiation. The air feels heavier, like it's watching you. People you've known for years start acting strangely familiar, like they've been recast by slightly different versions of themselves. Your best friend tells a story you both lived, but the details are off, just enough to make you question your memory. Street signs swap words when you look away. Time hiccups. The void is testing your perception. It wants to know if you'll cling to logic or let it all melt. The trick I learned is to stop resisting. The moment you stop trying to control the illusion, it starts showing you what's behind it. For me, it happened in the middle of the night. I woke up at 3:11 a.m. to find my ceiling breathing. Not metaphorically, literally rising and falling like lungs. I wasn't scared, just aware. Everything vibrated with a strange calm, like the world had dropped its mask and was finally showing its raw pixels. And that's when I heard it, the hum again, low and steady, wrapping around my heartbeat. It wasn't outside anymore, it was inside. That S, when I realized the void wasn't T trying to get in, it was trying to get out through me, through all of us. The chosen ones aren't the ones being hunted, they're the ones being activated. That's also when the boundaries start to blur. You'll see it in dreams first. You'll start to meet them, the architects. Not gods, not aliens, not ancestors. Something in between. They appear as silhouettes made of light and shadow, shifting shapes that seem to breathe through your thoughts. They don't speak words, they vibrate meaning directly into your brain, and somehow you just know. You know they've been watching since before your birth, placing breadcrumbs in your path, waiting for you to decode the pattern. They tell you things you already suspected, but never dared to say out loud, that existence isn't linear, that time is just a polite suggestion, that every choice you make spawns infinite echoes. And every time you laugh at the absurdity of it all, the architects laugh too, because humor apparently is a universal language. The void loves irony. It doesn't want devotion or fear, it wants awareness. The more awake you become, the less it hides. You'll start to notice shapes moving in your peripheral vision, not threatening, just observing. Some say they're guardians, others say they're projections of your higher self. I say they're the universe's version of customer support. They're here to make sure you don't crash the simulation while experimenting with the new settings. And here's the paradox. The more you align with the void, the more human you feel. Suddenly you cry more, laugh louder, forgive faster. You start to see beauty in everything. The rain, the static, the awkward silence before someone says something real. Because once you've touched the infinite, you realize this fragile, messy human existence is the most sacred illusion of all. You start living differently. You stop asking, why me? And start asking, what now? The next phase isn't easy. The void starts giving you small tests, tiny distortions designed to see if you've really learned detachment. You'll lose things you thought you needed. Friends drift away. Opportunities vanish. Technology fails spectacularly at the worst moments. It's not punishment, it's calibration. The void strips away anything that keeps you clinging to false versions of yourself. And if you can stay calm through that storm, something incredible happens. Your intuition upgrades. It's no longer just gut feelings, it's navigation. You start knowing things before they happen, sensing energy in people before they speak. You'll predict outcomes without logic. That's when the universe starts trusting you with real power. And look, I'm not saying it's all light and stardust. Some nights are heavy. The void gets close, too close, like a thought you can't escape. It will show you your shadows, magnify your insecurities, replay your worst memories until you see the pattern. It's not cruelty, it's compression, like a star before it goes supernova. Every bit of fear, guilt, and doubt gets squeezed out of you until there's nothing left but clarity. And in that silence, you realize the greatest cosmic joke. All the omens, all the signs, all the dreams were never warnings. They were love letters from the universe saying, "Wake up, you built this." That's why I kept using that 7-second brain trick every morning. It became my anchor in the chaos. Not because it's magic, but because it reminded me of control. That something as small as a conscious breath, a shift in focus, can realign the entire field. It's like tuning a cosmic instrument that had gone slightly off-key. Every time I used it, reality responded. People smiled more, time stretched in pleasant ways, the hum softened. It's strange how something so tiny can keep you balanced between sanity and transcendence. If you ever find yourself drifting too far into the void, try it. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment. It's a small thing, but sometimes the universe hides its biggest keys in the smallest locks. And then, the final test. The void asks one question, not in words, but in feeling. It asks, now that you know you're infinite, what will you do with it? Most freeze, some retreat, overwhelmed by the weight of their own power. But the chosen ones, they laugh, they build, they dance inside the chaos, because once you realize you are the void, there's nothing left to fear. You start seeing the humor in existence, the cosmic absurdity of being a consciousness trapped in a body that pays bills and forgets passwords. You start loving everything, even the glitches, especially the glitches. That's the secret ending no one talks about. The void isn't here to destroy you. It's here to teach you how to play. It wants you awake enough to notice the code, but humble enough to enjoy the illusion. It wants you to stop waiting for signs and start creating them. To stop surviving and start designing. The 6 omens aren't warnings, they're permissions. Markers that you've reached a level of awareness where the universe trusts you with the paintbrush. The only real danger is pretending you're still small. So, if you've been seeing the patterns, hearing the hum, or catching reality glitching at the edges, don't panic. Smile, you're not breaking, you're blooming. The universe is reintroducing itself through you, and the next time you feel that stillness, the one that feels like something is watching, darn it, look away. Take a deep breath. Maybe try that little 7-second trick and look right back into the void. Because when you do, it smiles, and you finally remember what you've always been, the watcher, the dreamer, and the dream.